Hello everyone, good morning. Myself Hita Desai. I am studying in Shri MD Mehta B.Ed College, Throl. My roll number is 60 and this is the seminar for CC1. Now the topic that I have chosen is Thorndike's trial and error theory guided by Dr. Nidhi Agrawat ma'am. So let us see. First of all, let us talk about the psychologist. E.L. Thorndike was the first American psychologist who introduced the concept of reinforcement for learning to occur. Mere stimulus was not considered for responses to occur. He conducted a series of experiments on animals for this purpose. By these experiments, it was drawn that responses followed by satisfaction or pleasure are likely to be followed in future. Now, what the psychologist E.L. Thorndike thought, that wherever the experiments are conducted in which satisfaction or pleasure is experienced by the person or the animal, then that activity is surely to be repeated in the future. Now, what was the experiment? He conducted an experiment by putting a hungry cat in the puzzle box created by him. He created a puzzle box and in which he put a hungry cat. So then what he did, a hinge was so arranged at the door that light pressure on the floor slat close to the door helped the door open. Now let us understand this with the picture also. See here, the cat is locked in the box, in the puzzle box that was created by him, and a hinge was arranged like that, that if it was pulled near from the floor, then the box would open. So what happened, a fish was placed near the door outside the box. Now for the motivation purpose, the drive of the cat, that why should the cat try to open the door, he placed the fish outside the door of the box, that the cat would see the fish and she would like to open the door for the food. Then the cat in the box made several attempts of jumping, dashing and running to get out of the box, but no result was seen. At last, the cat succeeded in pulling the hinge and opened the box. It came out and ate the food. Now, we can see over here that in the third picture, the cat is trying very hard to come out of the box. It is dashing and jumping inside the box to open the box. But it is unable at the first try, in the first attempts, it is unable to open the box and come out. But now after several attempts, it tries a lot of times, and after several attempts, it is successful and it comes out and eats the fish. Thorndike put the cat inside the box immediately for the second trial. Now what does Thorndike do? The first time the cat comes out of the box and it eats the fish. Then it is put inside the box for the second time. Now over a series of successful trials, the cat became an expert in getting out of the box. The number of errors committed by the cat was reduced slowly. So after a time, after subsequent efforts, the cat becomes expert in opening the door and coming out. This improvement in performance of the cat was gradual but slow. There was improvement seen in the performance of the cat. It was gradually, that it happened step by step, but it was slow. It took time. The cat for the cat to understand that how the door is being opened. So it tried various times, and after that, it can come out of the box easily. Now the cat learned how to open the box after many trials, when a connection between the stimulus and the response was formed. That is, when the cat came to know that after doing certain action, when it is doing the action of opening the latch, the box is opening. So that response and stimulus, that connection was formed and that was understood by the cat. So it learned how to open the box very easily and fast. This shows that when satisfaction or pleasure is derived by performing any activity, the chances of repeating such activity in future increases. Now the cat had derived satisfaction. She got the food, a fish, after opening the box, after trying to open the box so many times. So it again tried to repeat the activity because she knew that she will get the food if she opens the box. Yes, now assumptions of the theory. What are the various assumptions of this theory? The essential requirements of the experiment are drive. There must be a drive or motivation to work and to respond. If the cat is not hungry, it will not respond. The first point is that there should be motivation or some drive for which the organism is working. Now the cat knew, the cat was hungry and she knew that it will get the food. So she responded by opening the box. Barrier. There must be some barrier to reach the satisfaction of the drive. Successive trials will be made to cross the barriers. Now there must be some barriers. There must be some problem in completing the activity, in successful completion of activity. If there was no barrier, then the cat wouldn't have tried. Random movement. Initially, the movement of the organism is not goal directed. It is rather random and error is reduced slowly and successfully. Like in the first time, the cat could not directly open the door. It would do random movements. It was jumping, then it was dashing the door. Then she came to know that by doing such action, she can open the door. So first random movement was done and then the movement was made perfect. Then chances of success. Success is obtained by chance. It means that learning begins with chance factor and trial. Now, if you don't try, then there won't be the chance of success. So there is always the factor and trial. Then selection. Right responses are selected from among so many responses after repeated trials. Now whatever will be the right response after the various trials, repeated trials, that right response will only be selected. Fixation. Right responses are fixed and drilled in order not to be forgotten by the organism. So once the right response is made, the cat will know, the organism will know that which is the right way to open the box. So that will be fixed. Okay, so thank you so much for watching my presentation.